Now, lesson 4 is on writing a resume. A resume is a list of your attainment, your personal information, and also of the skills that you can do to prove or to support that you are qualified for the job or for the training. So, what are the important things that you need to write for your resume? This is an excerpt from the reading and writing skills of Ma'am Star Mojica in the module that she had written. So let me start with what is a resume? A resume is a tool that summarizes your skills, educational background, experiences, and other qualifications. It's also called curriculum vitae, but this is a more detailed type of resume. It can be considered a sales tool in the sense that it helps you market your skills to a prospective employer in the same manner that a product is advertised in magazine. Now, how is a resume different from a CV? In a resume, you just list your skills, your experiences, your background, your qualifications. But if you're writing a CV, you need to it goes beyond the resume. It's not only listing. You need to explain, give a short explanation on what it is all about. For example, if in the resume, you just place there DOST scholar, in the curriculum vitae, you need to spell out what is it and what are its benefits. Give a brief description on each of the component. Now, what are the functions of a resume? First, it informs the employers of the skills you can bring to the company. Second, it shows that you are qualified for the job. And third, it functions as your persuasive document so that you can be accepted to the trading experience. When is this when is this necessary? If you are going to have your work immersion in an established corporation. For example, you're going to have your work immersion at BDO or at AM, how do you call it, Luigi? At AMC Calbayog, or you're going to have that at MVC Academy. But if you'll just have your work immersion at your sari-sari store or at your house for the meantime, no need to give your resume. Of course, you don't place there, I'm good in dishwashing, I'm good in cleaning. Those are given on you. Now, what are the tips in making an effective resume? First, you align the content of your resume to the job description and job requirements being applied for. Second, do not write the word resume on top of your resume. The HR knows that it's a resume. Next, number 3, you use a good quality of 8 1/2 by 11. That's a short or letter size of white or off-white bond paper. Do not use a certificate board. That's too much. Next, number 4, you use distinctive headings and subheadings. Number 5, use readable and professional looking fonts like Times New Roman, Book Antiqua, and avoid tacky fonts like Curls Empty and Comic Sans. Use 10 to 12 points for the body and no more than 16 points for the heading. Nowadays, in Canva or even in Word or in Pages or in other online tools, there are already creative resumes that you will have. Number 6, use proper layouting for readability. 7, print should be laser quality, or it says that it must be clear enough. Okay, not a photocopy. Number 8, use one side of the paper. Don't make it back to back. Number 9, never include a photograph unless asked by the prospective employer. Do not submit resumes with scanned pictures. So, if you're going to have a photograph this time, it's already in the first page of your resume. Next, do not mention anything about your expected salary. Then, use a reverse chronological order in the writing details. The recent one should go first, the old one should go in the last. Next, point out strengths and weaknesses. Number 13, be factual. Do not exaggerate. Or should I say, be honest in writing your resume. Number 14, you limit your resume from 1 to 3 pages only. But in a CV, you can go more than 3 pages. Number 15, proofread your resume. A simple typography error might be the deal breaker for the employer. Number 16, avoid the use of I, as it's already implied that when you write something there, it's your experience, your background, your qualifications. Then target the resume to your potential employer. It gives you an edge over those who send generic resumes. Like, for example, when during the time that I gave birth to my second child, I wanted to do an extra job because I was on leave for 3 months. So I applied in an ESL company, the one that tutors English for foreign students. And you know what? You need to sell yourself. Oh, I'm a doctorate degree holder, I'm MS degree holder. But they're asking, do I have the ESL certificate? And you see, even if I'm a PhD holder that time, I really need to have the teaching English for foreign learners certificate because that's the important thing to my employer and not a PhD degree. So again, target your resume to your potential employer. Write what is really needed. Then never send a resume without a cover letter. The front page must be your letter of intent, or we say it's the application letter. Number 19, never include reasons for leaving other jobs. Like what? Like, for example, 2011 to 2015, worked as a kindergarten teacher. That place there, why did you leave the job? Number 20, be mindful of the unexplained time gaps. It may raise doubts on why there is a gap. This is important, especially in the near future when you will write your resumes for real world of work. You might be mindful, where is Kaiser doing in 2019 to 2020? Why is it that Kaiser doesn't have any work experience for that year? Or why is it that Emilio keeps on transferring from one job to another? The span is only for 2 years or for 1 year. Even if you have the luxurious jobs, we might be asking why. Why did you leave the job so suddenly? And last, use an active tone and powerful words. And here's a sample for Mom Star. But again, you can have any template that you like. So if you want to be more creative in your resume, you can do that as long as you'll follow the rules we have in our that we have tackled this afternoon.